You're only as good as your night before, right? Doesn't matter that we're still up overall this week. We did have our first losing night of the week. We went 2-3, pardon me, last night. So we're 8-7 through 3 nights. We returned 5 more bets in 5 minutes in the NBA. A couple of them were pretty ridiculous. We did hit Clay. We did hit Sabonis. And this is life in this league. We do these early, so I want you to check on the Odd Shopper site throughout the day. You're going to get smart people updating stuff from both the tools standpoint and the content/betting standpoint. So just pay attention to what's going on. Thumbs up, subscribe. Luka. Oh, Luka. We're going to have to talk about Luka a couple times over when we look at this. Hey, 50 seconds in, start the clock, will you? First play is going to be over 224 with the Knicks in the set. This isn't your, this isn't your grandfather's Celtics and Knicks game where it was an 88-87 struggle in the playoffs. I remember Larry Bird. There wasn't any of that. All right. These teams now, both of these teams now, mind you, right, are coming in with a high level of firepower. Oh, by the way, speaking of the Celtics, they've lost a couple. They've been lost, meaning minus a couple of guys. Everybody's back, right? At least Marcus Smart's the only one at the time here on the injury report. Knicks are losing, but they're scoring, right? We just saw that with a ton of points out there. So we'll get to Jalen Brunson in a second, but my goodness, over 224. And I know it's just above a key number, but we're going to get at least 1.5 teams here, because I don't know just how little the Knicks are going to slug back a little bit from a scoring, too many S's in their standpoint. But I do like them to get over their team total. I think Boston smashes theirs. We're talking about a game that should end in the high 20s, if not low 30s. Yeah, fire it up. Now, game log, Jalen Brunson. And, of course, we see getting to 24 points may not be as easy as the minus 105 clearly indicates, especially since he has not hit this number in 3 straight. He has the propensity, the ability, the scoring prowess to do this. You need the right opportunity. Hey, Smart's out. Immediately, Brunson's point total should be like, boop, okay. Also, I think Randall is going to just take a little bit like of a dip from a scoring standpoint. RJ Barrett may get a little over where he is in that low 20s, mid to low 20s, but this should open up from at least Jalen Brunson's standpoint, especially without Marcus Smart. And that's what you're not banking on, but that's what factors into betting the over here. There are going to be easier pathways to score than Julius Randle and RJ Barrett going up against now Tatum and Brown healthy, right? So Smart's out. That definitely adds to the equation. But at the very least, we're getting a pretty good deal here with Jalen Brunson over 23.5 at minus 105. All right, let's keep it moving here because Nikola Vucevic still is a number that's too low. Now, we'd love this to be plus money since it's moved up to 12.5, but it's still a little low here. And the difference is you're getting this anything less than minus 120 at over 12.5 is fine for me. Do like the matchup. That's a big part of it, right? And Vooch has just been on a rebounding tear. So what's changed is the numbers have adjusted. What once was a number we hit, mind you, over 11.5 at even money is now 12.5 minus 115. But if the number makes sense at 12.5 with the total, which it does for us, because this is a 14-15 rebound type night for him, especially on a bounce back where he finishes with just 8, the first time in like forever that he had single-digit rebounds, the likelihood of that happening based on his own history is basically like non-zero. So we ride over 12.5 boards for Vooch. Now, this is where it gets interesting, right? Luka, Doncic, and the lack of success that has just not correlated, right, to his success, individual success. Comes off another monster night, 41 points, and we've seen him hover around 30 pretty much consistently with the outburst happening every now and again. The assists, however, seem to struggle the most. He's been under this number 4 straight games, and it's not like any team, especially even with the return of Cam Johnson, which shouldn't do much defensively against Luka. But not many teams, and I'm going to stretch the final 2 minutes under this umbrella of Luka here. The final, I mean, even Phoenix, right, as good as they can be defensively, not going to limit Luka to 20 points and then force him to have 14, 15 dimes tonight. That hasn't happened. And I don't think it will happen. He's such a gifted scorer that he's going to find ways and maneuver ways around most consistently, at least, defenses. Now, with that said, rebounding, it doesn't seem to suffer either. It seems like assists, when you're looking at what could be a walking, living, breathing triple-double every night, that's the trouble spot. 4 straight games here where he's gone under this number, and 5 of his last 7. So I like now Luka in less of a facilitating role and even less of a scoring role as we wind down here. Our 5th bet in the 5th minute, all under the same umbrella of Luka. This is where I think Phoenix's defense does get a boost. This is where I think you can pinpoint more of a defensive effort to slow him down. Does that mean that he gets 22 points, 23 points? Hardly. But Luka finishing with 29, 30 points, that's realistic. In fact, 34 is something we've seen realistic. So if you just look at his last 5 games as a stretch here, he's only gone over 34.5 once, and that's most recently. But again, like, he's not struggling to score either. 5 bets, 5 minutes. There you have it. All right. Now, before we go back for a full recap, let me tell you how you can turn $5 into $200 on DraftKings. You're brand new to DraftKings. You've never been to DraftKings, what have you. That's fine. That's fine. Click the link below. Sign up. Click the QR code. Either way, $5 wins you $200 in bonus bets. You can place a $5 wager on anything. Now, you have to be 21 or older. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And you have to live in a state where you can legally place a wager. With all that said, the Bellarmine, there you have it. Bellarmine, take them. Lock them in. Bellarmine. $5 bet wins you $200 instantly. You don't even need to know where Bellarmine is on the map. As soon as you place the wager, your $5 turns into $200. Then you can have some fun, like better 5-5, which is the over in the Celtics Knicks 224.5. Over 23.5 points for Jalen Brunson, over 12.5 rebounds for Vucevic, under 8.5 assists for Luka, and under 34.5 points for Luka Doncic. There you have the 5-5. On your way out, take advantage of the free trial of our NBA Bet Pro tool. On the Discord last night, threw 2 NBA Bet Pro tool plays out. They both hit, and I just ripped them right from the Bet Pro and gave them to the Discord for free. Now, you can get in. First free week on the Bet Pro tool, first free week on the Discord. We have that below. ES Insider, first free week. I mean, that's just amazing. You can hang and do whatever you want. This is a proven model here that we have, and the metrics are insane that you can use, tools that you can use to win money, and that's why we want you here for a free week, all right? And look, what are we asking in return on your way out? That you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, right? That's it. And you haven't, 8.5 minutes in, you haven't? Shame on you.